Hi, Richard Lambert here, Advanced PGA Golf Professional and today's Golfer Top 50 UK Golf Coach. It's time for Trackman Tuesday. So today's video is about understanding something very, very simple. Impact is three-dimensional. A long time ago they used to think that the direction that you swung in made the ball go in a certain direction. They then realised that that was wrong. John Jacobs, the late great John Jacobs, came along 1960s, 1970s and said, well, hang about a minute, I think it's the direction that we swing the club in and the club face. And everybody agreed. And when I was being trained by the PGA, that was the way I was taught, that the direction that you swung the club in, along with where the face pointed, along with a couple of other factors, were the laws of the golf swing that governed where the golf ball went. Then Trackman was invented, and it became very obvious that those were wrong. Because what we realised was that the angle of attack and the swing direction also had a massive influence on where the golf ball went. Now, what does that mean? Why am I telling you this today? I'm telling you this today because if you have your golf tuition with somebody who only utilises a video in your coaching, they cannot see that, they cannot see that, and they probably can't see that, and they probably won't be able to work out the face to path ratio either. I'm sorry, they could be the best coach in the world, you think, but if they're only using video, that's not going to help you. I'm not saying that you shouldn't use video, because I use video with a lot of my pupils just to reinforce something I'm telling them. But in the main, you need to use a launch monitor to learn these numbers. Now, how can I make that bold statement? I can make that bold statement for one simple reason. Impact is three-dimensional, that we all know, and every golf coach will agree with that. We're all human beings, the club's moving and what have you. What's this? This is a flat television screen. And once we understand that that's a flat television screen, any video that I bring up of a pupil is not going to allow me to see anything three-dimensional. Every time you see golf on the TV, you don't see the slopes on the greens, etc., because your telly's two-dimensional, not three-dimensional. So, what numbers are these? Well, they're really simple. What Trackman's able to analyse, because of the two radars, is it's able to analyse the angle of attack. What is the angle of attack? Well, the angle of attack is if the club is moving down into the ball, or is the club moving up as it hits the ball. Negative means down. This is the 7-iron shot I've just hit. The swing direction, I'm going to explain. I've got another little swing aid or a aid just to show me show you that I always show pupils when they're in a lesson, just to show them about orientating the golf swing. These two numbers combined, fact, create the true, real club path. Not open for debate, that is an absolute fact. What we then have is, we have the face's relationship to that path. And I can change the direction you hit the golf ball, and I could leave these two numbers the same, or I could certainly leave the face's relationship to the path the same, and hit the ball in a completely different direction by hitting up or down more on the golf ball and changing this swing direction, because it will change the true club path. So it might make the ball start more to the right before drawing back, or more to the left and then draw even more. So we can change all of that. So what I'm saying to you is, why is Trackman so good? Well, because it puts this data in a logical, methodical order, and then it's more accurate than anybody else because it has two radars. If you're not having golf lessons with someone who's utilising a Trackman, you're not getting accurate data, and you're spending your 25, 30, 35, 40 pounds for your golf lesson, and you're sort of wasting it a little bit. Granted, there'll be people out there who only coach with video who will be helping you. I'm not saying they're not, and I'm not for 1 second saying that it's impossible to teach without a launch monitor. I just think if you want the best lesson for your pound, shall we say, you should be seeing somebody who's utilising Trackman and who's utilising the best there is. For me, a pro not using a Trackman is a bit like a dentist not bothering using a drill, okay? And I wouldn't go to any dentist who doesn't use a drill. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how we look at orientating the golf swing and getting people to understand about this swing direction and how the angle of attack and hitting down actually occurs. Let's have a look. So here's my training aid, or my tool to help people understand about angle of attack and swing direction. It's a hoop and a stick. Again, simple. I'm going to turn sideways on the putting green here. Orange stick, target line. Blue hula hoop, the golf swing. The golf swing is circular. Now, everything that's circular or rotary has a bottom, low point of the arc. So, sometimes this arc is more tilted like this. If I had a driver in my hand, maybe 45 degrees. And if I've got a wedge in my hand, it might get up here at 69, 70 degrees. Okay? Now, what I want you to understand is this. Once the golf club, okay, and I'm talking about trying to hit a perfectly straight golf shot with a zero path and a zero club face, which is the hardest shot to hit, but we're going to talk about that anyway for ease of explanation. If I hit my driver, let's say 2 or 3 degrees up, once I've gone past the low point, where does my hand look like it starts to go? It starts to go to the left, doesn't it? So therefore, I've got to orientate this to this side a little bit, haven't I? Because if I do that and go on the low point, the face is going to start to point more to the left. What about hitting down with, say, a wedge? I might hit down and hit the golf ball below the low point of the swing. Well, we know we do because we hit the ball then the turf, and the turf is lower than the ball. Well, if I'm going to be hitting down, my swing is going to be more to the right and the face is going to be probably pointing more to the right. So I've got to orientate this golf swing this way. And what it gives you, these two bits here, is it gives you the true club path. If we don't know this, you can't fix your golf swing. It's unbelievably important. So, if you've got any questions about that and you'd like a more in-depth explanation, feel free to comment below. For lesson inquiries, see the communication, the email address and my telephone number is at the end of this video, and we'll see you next week with another Trackman Tuesday.